So I just disembarked Liberty of the Seas out of Fort Lauderdale. Let me tell you about it.
Deck 4.
So with this cruise debrief, I'm going to tell you what happened on Liberty of the Seas, just kind of give you all a run through of the strategies I played, and kind of how the ship was. Okay, so as far as the ship goes, so one thing that we do is we purchase the classic soda package, right? So you get the cup, you can go around and fill it up with the freestyle machine and stuff like that. Well, on Liberty, there is no freestyle machines. So be warned, before you purchase that package, just know they do not have freestyle machines. So every time you want to get that cup filled, you have to go to the bar, and your choices are Coke, Diet Coke, and Sprite. That's the three options you have. That's the only thing you can get. So that's just how it is. So we had purchased two of the classic cup, packages, and we were stuck having to drink either Coke, Diet Coke, or Sprite, and it made it aggravating because you'd have to wait in line at the bar to get it refilled. But hey, that's just how it is, I reckon. The other thing is the ship itself. To me, it felt hot the entire time. So the room was fine. It seemed like the air conditioner was working in the room fine, but in the ship itself, it just seemed like it wasn't hot. It wasn't cold. It was just kind of like blah, but I don't know of any other ship that's been that bad. Like on the verge of sweating, just kind of like not cool enough. All right. But hey, I'm a guy who likes his air conditioning. Okay. All right. So let's get to the roulette playing. Okay. So my wife and I, like I've said before, we go on the cruise, we take $1,000 with us, and we try to see if we can get as many points as we can with that $1,000. And, but for this cruise, we really didn't need the points. We just needed to get a few hundred points just to kind of keep with the status of receiving the points, I guess, because according to most of the blogs and stuff you read, is that they look for you to receive at least 200 to 400 points, somewhere in that range, to continue to receive the cruise offers. Okay, so that was our goal. Just get a couple hundred, 300, 400 points, whatever, and not burn through a lot of cash, right? Because we have another cruise in 2 weeks. So we don't want to burn our bankroll on a cruise when we're not necessarily looking to get more points to increase, our tier or anything like that, because we're both prime. And there's no way we're going to get signature at the point status we're at now. And there's no reason to push for it. So we didn't do that. So anyway, so night one was a bad night for me. Night one, I walked up to the table, and I'll try to put something over here. Here, let me slide over a little bit so I can have room for it here. And but night one, I played the yin and yang strategy. So I walked up to the table. There had been um, three right numbers, which if you know the yin and yang, right or left or whatever, I noticed that there had been three rights had hit in a row. So I'm like, all right, I'm fixing to win something. So I bet on left, bust. Bet on left again, bust. Bet on left again, bust. And then I had, 7, 8 chips, whatever left. I went 8 streets and it bust. So it's $100 in, $100 loss in 4 spins. Okay. I didn't get any points for that. I wasn't there long enough to start, generating points. So I left. I come back a little while later, and I bought in for $200 at a different table. So on Liberty, there's 3 roulette wheels on the ship. So I went to another table, bought in for $200. I'm like, well, I'm just going to go with like a low strategy to start with. So I played a 2-1 strategy, which is very similar. It's the exact same strategy as the 6-2 or the 4-1. Okay, but the 2-1 is set up the same way, but you have to win on the splits, right? So I started with the 2-1, which is a $24 average, and I played 20 spins. I bought in for 200, left 120, 20 spins. I got 48 points for that session. Okay, so it was a loss of $80. So my wife was like, hey, she used our free money on the slot machine. So she's like, come on, let's play some slots. So I went over there. I bought in for $30 on a slot machine, and we played that for a few minutes, actually longer than I thought, and actually earned, almost, I think it was like 19 points, but I lost $30, $20 on a blackjack, 2 hands, I was done, but I got 3 points for it, so I'm at 70 points. So for night one, I'm at 70 points, but I'm down $230. So then I go to night two, I buy in for $200, and my wife was playing then, so she sat down at the same table as me. We were only 2 playing, and that's the other thing. The ship was there wasn't that many people in the casino, and I don't know if it was because it was like a weekday cruise or what was going on, or it could have been because it's like the end of the month or end of the year. And maybe there are people like us not really looking to get any more points. They've already got their prime status or whatever, so they're really not going to waste a lot of a bankroll. Okay, so maybe that's what was going on. But the casino was like really, there wasn't that many people in the casino like the entire time. So anyway, so we sat down at the table. She played the 6-2 strategy. I played the 25-20 strategy, and kind of fluctuating 25-20. Then it goes, that's $45 average. And then I'd go up to $60. And then if I'd win, I'd actually drop it down to like a 15-10. And then you could win 1 chip every time, just kind of fluctuating back and forth between $25, $45, and $60 would be at play at all times. And I actually did fairly well on that one. I actually left the table up $35. So I bought in for 200, walked away with 235 and 23 spins, and I earned. I was sitting at 162 points. So I received a lot of points during that session. So it's like 92 points. So 92 points over 23 spins. That's pretty good, and that falls right in with my theory of $45 average every 10 spins awards you 45 points every 10 spins. So that would fall right in line with what my theory is on the points for roulette, okay? So anyway, so I finished the night up $35, okay? That's good. So for night 2, it was okay. All right, night 3. Night 3 is where I made some progress on some points. Night 3, I came to the table, no one else playing. And I think day 3, night 3, I think it's kind of during the day because they opened up early that day. So I was the only one there, roulette dealer, pit boss, and wasn't hardly anyone else playing in the casino. So I was able to sit at the table. I played 30 chip. And I was sure while the pit boss came by, he looked at it. And when he looked at it, I had 30 chips out, but I had just one. And so it had hit on, one of the middle columns on the 30 chip strategy. I think it hit on like 23. Okay, so they paid me And then while the pit boss was standing there, I said, yeah, my starting bet's $60. And then I put it all out and I put my 9 chips and 9 chips. And I said, and that increases it from $60 to $96. So I bought in for $300. I was playing a strategy with $300 and they were awarding me a $100 average. I asked the pit boss, hey, where do you have my average? And he says, I have you at 100 right now. Awesome. So I stayed there. I was only there for 15 spins, okay? Because I kind of got up, I got down a little bit, I went back up again, and so I was kind of fluctuating back and forth. So at the time I was up, I decided, well, it's time to back away. So it's 15 spins. Let's see, and I finished that session at 330 points. That's an increase of 168 points over 15 spins, okay? And it took like 25 minutes to go through 15 spins. So, you know, if they got your average that high, keep working it as long as you can, and as long as you feel comfortable with it. So anyway, so I made a profit of $35 on that session. So I walked away for a little while. We took a break, came back. I bought in for $100 on the next session. I played 8 streets, the 8 street strategy. I walked away with only $50. So I lost $50. I played 10 spins, but my points, I only earned 9 points over that session. So, you know, for the day, I was actually only down $15 for the day. I felt, you know, that ain't bad for a day, right? Wasn't as bad as day one, you know. So anyway, so we're good with that. So then we roll into day 4. So this is the last day. I already had all the points I really needed to get. So what I was looking to do this time was go in there and try to earn some of my money back. Okay, play a strategy that maybe I can get some money. The yin and yang strategy is one of those strategies if you can get on a good run, okay? So I bought in for $60, yin and yang. Then I went to the 8 streets. So what happened on that one was I started yin and yang. I think I played right side. So I went yin and yang, right side. It hit on 30, okay? I took my winnings. I placed my 8 streets for the 8 street strategy. That hit, I increased, I pressed that, and it won there. And then I went ahead and cashed out. So I cashed out with $130. So I bought in for $60, cashed out with $130 in 3 spins. So that's a profit of $70 over that little short session. But I only received like 2 points for that. I don't know why I didn't get any points for it, but that's how it went. But I made $70 in 3 spins, so I'm fine with that. So I walked away, give it a little bit, come back, play the yin and yang strategy again, hoping I could do the exact same thing I had done the previous session. And it didn't hit until like the 2nd or 3rd try. And then when it hit there, I think I bought it for $80, but I think it hit on the 3rd try. And when it hit on the 3rd try, I did the 8 streets. It hit there. I was able to walk away with $40. So $80 to $40. So I lost $40 in 5 spins. And then, but I received 20 points for that session. So 20 points for 5 spins, but only got 2 points for 3 spins just a little while earlier, right? So anyway, so there we are. Last night, last chance to go to the table, or last time I was going to go to the table, because, you know, I wasn't wanting to waste any more money, right? So I sat down with $40. I looked at the table and I looked at the board, and the board showed that it was hitting in the middle of the table. Like every number on the board was in the middle of the table. And I'm like, that's a perfect time to play 8 streets. So I'm like, I'm going to try to take advantage of it. Maybe it's going to continue that pattern, I guess you could say. And so I sat down with $40. I played the 8 streets. I went 9 spins, and I walked away with $126. So bought in for $40, walked away with $126 after 9 spins, and finished the cruise with 368 points. And in total of the 4 nights, I was only down $94 for the entire cruise. So, you know, the night 1 was a rough night. And typically when I go on a cruise, I typically see that night 1 is normally the worst night. It's like they take a lot of your money on night 1. Night 2 is a little bit better. 3 is okay, and 4 sometimes you can recover. So it's kind of like you almost find this to be like a cycle that happens while you're cruising. So when things are going your way, try to take advantage of them. But if they're not, it's time to walk away. So that's just a recap of what happened on Liberty of the Seas. We went out of Fort Lauderdale, just got back today. I got off the ship Friday, which today is Saturday, so we got off the ship yesterday morning and drove back up, stopped in Orlando for the night, and let the kids do some shopping, and then we came on home. So here I am, back at the house, and I'm going to be putting a video together for the 30 chip with press pretty soon, because I want you guys to see that one and see how it does. Okay, on this cruise, I felt the 30 chip with press was probably the best strategy for this cruise. It did really well. I got the number of spins I wanted. I got the average that I really liked, and but I had a pit boss that was generous. I feel, because I start with 30 chips, which is $60, but he had me at 100 because I had made mention while he was standing there. I go from 60 to now 96. And, when he heard that, I think that's when he went and adjusted my average. And, so for that session, 15 spins to earn 168 points, that's pretty good. All right. So anyway, just want to give you guys a cruise debrief for Liberty of the Seas. And if you would, make sure to like this video. And if you can, like and subscribe to 35 to 1 Roulette Cruising. And until next time, happy cruising. See ya.